the small fishing village of Nur lay nestled between the endless blue of the ocean and the lush embrace of the hills. It was a quiet place where time moved slowly, carried along by the rhythm of the waves. The people of Nur lived simple lives, their days dictated by the tides and the seasons, their hearts filled with gratitude for what the sea provided. Among them was an old fisherman named Yusuf. He had spent his entire life casting his nets into the vast expanse of the ocean, never expecting more than what he needed. He was a man of few words, but deep kindness. Every evening, after bringing in his catch, he would set aside the best fish and leave them near the doorstep of those in need, the widow who had no one to provide for her, the orphaned boy who wandered the streets barefoot, the sickly elder who could no longer work. He never waited to be thanked. In fact, he never spoke of it at all. One day, as Yusuf was mending his nets by the shore, a young boy named Omar sat beside him. Omar had watched the old man for years, fascinated by his unwavering kindness. "Why do you give away your fish, Yusuf?" Omar asked. "You work hard for them, yet you throw them away as if they mean nothing." Yusuf smiled, his face lined with the wisdom of years. He looked at the horizon, where the sky melted into the sea. "There is an old saying," he said, "do good and throw it into the sea. The sea does not keep what is given to it, but somehow, in ways we do not understand, it returns what is meant to come back." Omar frowned, confused. "But what if no one ever thanks you? What if the sea forgets?" Yusuf chuckled. "Kindness is not an investment, child. It is a gift. If you give only to be repaid, then it is no longer kindness. It is business." Omar thought about this for days. He had always believed that kindness should be acknowledged, that good deeds should be rewarded. But Yusuf's words lingered in his mind like the whisper of the waves. One stormy night, a great disaster struck Nur. A violent tempest raged through the village, tearing apart homes and boats, leaving destruction in its wake. When morning came, the villagers emerged from their shelters to find their beloved town in ruins. Yusuf's small hut by the shore had been completely washed away. His boat, his only means of survival, was gone. Despite his own loss, Yusuf did not hesitate. He waded into the wreckage, pulling out those trapped beneath fallen beams, offering what little he had to those who had lost everything. Days passed, and Yusuf remained as selfless as ever, never speaking of his own suffering. But the villagers saw. They remembered. One evening, as Yusuf sat by the shore, gazing at the horizon with the same quiet patience he always had, Omar approached him with a group of villagers. In their hands were wooden planks, ropes, and nails. "What is this?" Yusuf asked, puzzled. Omar grinned. "A gift from the sea," he said. The villagers worked together to build Yusuf a new boat, stronger, sturdier than the last. The wood was salvaged from the wreckage, the sails stitched from torn garments. It was not much, but it was built with love, with gratitude, with the hands of those he had helped, without expecting anything in return. Yusuf ran his calloused hands over the polished wood, his eyes glistening with unspoken emotion. "I do not deserve this," he murmured. Omar placed a hand on the old man's shoulder. "You threw your kindness into the sea, Yusuf. And look, it has returned to you." The old fisherman smiled, and for the first time in his life he let himself believe that perhaps, just perhaps, the sea never truly forgets a kindness. And so, with the setting sun painting the sky in hues of gold, Yusuf set sail once more, not alone, but carried by the silent gratitude of a village that had learned the power of giving without expectation.